welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, turn your notification button, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up. So today you're wondering why I'm here. Comfort in my bed, honey. I'm kind of done with the cold. I don't know if you could hear like the tone of my voice, but whatever. So from the title, you already know that we are going to be discussing full closure on CENTRL. You know, like CENTRL, blue therapy, Paul and Chioma. So today, we're going to be talking about full disclosure, and we're going to start from the top. Because darling, like things are happening, things are messy. There's a lot going on. Like, yeah. So just get right into it. So I'll start from the top. So the first thing I have to say is I don't know, and again, allegedly, CENTRL didn't give out consent forms. Like the people in the video didn't like give their consent before this video were like published, for us the viewers to eat it. So they didn't give their consent. So Castillo, who is in the first episode of the full disclosure, not allegedly, in his video, I put the picture up here. So in that video, he says that he didn't sign a consent form. He didn't allow for this to be published out there. That means he can sue them for breach of privacy and all that love thing. You get me? Secondly, he says that the show was his idea. So he has to, talk about how it should be released, we should publish it, we should, other things. Well, no, CENTRL published it. So I don't know what's about that. And he said this, that he put that video up like 4 days ago or 5 days ago before CENTRL put up the first episode of full disclosure. But if that is the situation, it is messy, man. It is messy. So I'm here with my pen and my paper because I don't want to talk too much. I just want to give you guys the tea. So in the first episode, we have Castillo and Brie. And okay, just something. I will say something before I move on with the video. This video was shot 2021 of July. So do the maths. So Castillo and Brie, this is a relationship, and babes, I pray in the name of Jesus, may we never meet any man that is like Castillo. When he comes close to us, oh Lord, protect us in Jesus' name. Because the things I heard in this interview, man, it's too much. It's just too much. So first of all, I want to talk about Castillo's detachment issues. So I just took note of few things basically. So I'll just read them out and tell you what I see, what I think. So Castillo, in his words, he meets babes, he meets their parents, their kids, and he doesn't give a fuck about them. This man is detached from his soul. He doesn't even give a fuck about his own child. I hope he's really growing because I said, this video was shot in 2021. In 2022 now, big up for growth if he has. If he hasn't, then I don't know what to do. Babe, stay clear of every type of Castillo in your life. It's real. So as I was saying, he's detached from the fact that you're meeting these people's parents. Personally, why would a babe take you to go and see the person's parents? If the person not emotionally involved with you. I don't know, why else would I take a guy to go and see my parents? If you know my brother. Me, I don't know, Sha. If you have any other reason, let me know. So he takes these people take Castillo to see their parents, they meet their kids, and Castillo is completely detached from his emotions, even to his own child, his girlfriend. He doesn't even like his parents, which obviously I will get into that. He doesn't like his parents, he doesn't like his own girlfriend, he doesn't like his kid, he doesn't even like himself. The worst thing that can happen is when you don't like yourself. You could hate every other person around you, but you have to love yourself, man. You've been preaching self-love from 2020. At this point, you don't love yourself. there's no redeeming you. So this guy is completely detached from his feelings. He said he doesn't give a fuck about this people's parents, which is completely disrespectful in every ounce of it. Like disrespect, man, disrespect. So I'll move on to like parent issues. So Castillo is, I don't say from a broken home, so it's not like, you know, just making it too much. But Castillo's parents had a one night stand, and the mom had him, gave him to the grandma. The grandma left him at home with some peeps he didn't even know, and all that stuff. Fine. And I was going through comments, and people were like, no, when you're a child, your parents are to be blamed for your behavior. But once you become an adult, like, you're your own responsibility. I agree and I don't agree, because like the past kind of shapes them. I don't know how to explain it, so I don't like feel rubbish. Get me? Like the past kind of shapes what your, not like it shapes exactly how your future will be, but there are some things that are from your past that just, I'm not getting the words, man. The words are not just coming. But that's basically it. Like parent issues. I know I will not, like, we all have our issues, parent issues, daddy issues, emotional trauma, childhood trauma. We all have our issues, but it's not left for you. It's left for you to work on yourself and decide that you do not want to do this to somebody else. Like, you know, like when you hear stories like this, you'll be like, oh, but this person is from this kind of, you know, like situation. This person would not want to do it to another person. Do you get me? But in this case, it's not really like that. If you do not work on yourself, unconsciously, subconsciously, you do these things. You hurt other people. Like, you do these things. So it's like self-work. You have to work on yourself first, so that you don't have to hurt other people. Because when you don't work on yourself, man, it's kind of a bit messy. Like, and that's what gets me. Okay, whatever. So like, it's just going to be messy. So like, when you have like parent issues, childhood trauma, all these things, it takes time to heal. And therapy is a thing now. We are not in the late 90s or early 20s, but I think that therapy is a thing. It's not a thing. Like, therapy is a thing now. Like, yep. So that's all I have to say. That, and then you need to, like, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. Why am I saying this? If I know it's hard to move, like, forgiveness is really, really hard, but if you don't make a conscious effort to forgive, you're going to be like in bondage. And let me just tell you the truth, the next person is going to be so happy, because like the person is moved on. You just here sitting and biting yourself and killing yourself and everything, like, it's just mad. And then we're going to be moving on to, you know, most of the things I said, like, toxicity is real, man. Like, when you hear this man talk, you just hear toxic things coming out of his mouth, like. And to be sincere, I don't know why this babe Brie stayed with him, because there are a lot of things that would have made her leave the relationship. But sometimes it's actually hard. That's understandable. It could be hard sometimes. So yeah, toxicity, like, according to him, in quotes, she was the only thing that made him wake up and like live a life. She was the thing that kept him going. It sounds beautiful to hear that you're the reason why somebody keeps going, but it's also draining. It's parasitic. It's very parasitic when you're the person keeping this person moving forward and you're stuck in this spot. Like, this baby is stuck in one spot, because let me tell you, she was emotionally starved. This man wasn't giving her any emotion. Like, they just like, I don't give a fuck about them, I don't fuck with them. Like, she's emotionally starved, financially, because man is broke. Financially starved, I don't know about the other part, physically. But she's starved. Like, this woman is starved with every single thing. So, like, God, it's very draining to be someone's life support, someone's support system, and you just talk, and the person is moving forward like parasitic. And another thing he said is him, like, being able to, like, get with other women made him feel like he was achieving something in life. How is that an achievement? Like, you have 16 side chicks. Like, man, how do you even keep up with it? 16 side chicks. Like, how do you even know their names? Like, 2, 1. I'm not saying it's okay to like cheat on your partner, but 2, 1, and you can't even keep up with their names, and then you're doing 16. So, like, how do you keep up with their names? Like, how do you know the last conversation you had with the last person? 16, man, that's a lot too. And then doing like having like or getting other girls was the only achievements he had. That's mad, man. Like, that's mad. It's just mad. And then when we get to the part of choice, like choosing to have a child. So he got on with Brie, they did the doing things, and she got pregnant, and he said she should abort it. My happiness here, like, the reason why at some point where I understood where Castillo was coming from, he knew that he wasn't ready emotionally, financially, psychologically to have a kid. Like, he didn't want to pass on this pain. He hasn't healed from this trauma. So he says she should abort the baby. And I don't know. I feel like when it gets to this kind of topics, like, it's really, really dicey. But personally, for me, I would say, like, how to explain it. Okay, let me just continue with the story with Castillo. So Castillo tells her to abort the baby. She agrees, okay, because that's my man's decision. Like, she agrees, and like, okay, you're going to come with me to like the clinic where I'm going to abort the baby, obviously. And then Castillo doesn't show up. He's getting with another girl. Usually doing things to another girl when your own girlfriend is in the clinic, sitting her ass down on the chair, waiting for you to come, so both of you can get rid of your baby. He doesn't come. Blocks her 4 years later. And how? Like, how do you want to get yourself to live with it? How? See, it takes 2 people to tango. Like, both of you made this baby. Now she's the only person sitting down there, having to care for your child, for both your childs. Like, everything. It's just disrespectful, man. It's heartbreaking. It's disgusting. Is like, the man is not even accountable to himself. Like, we need to understand that everything is not me, I. Like, there are people around us that are affected by this thing. Like, people around us are affected by this thing. Like, it's not just about you. Like, it's about you. It's not about you. So I think I'm done with it. And big ups to the babe for trying to hold him accountable. And man, I hope Castillo has really I pray for his growth, if he's really grown above that. And I really hope he's healed from the trauma. And also, babes, like, be mindful who you open your nyash for. Be mindful who you open your nyash for. Be mindful of your baby's daddies. You have to handpick them if necessary. Like, it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. Be mindful. And if somebody has trauma, advise the person to go for therapy. You cannot fix the person. Therapy is no longer for the white people. God forgive me for not being angry anybody. But therapy is not for the white people. Like, you can go for therapy. Like, so another thing I picked up was from when the girl was like, I stepped out few times in a relationship. Like, she stepped out, and then she's like, you stepped out? No, you didn't. Like, no, you're not joking. Like, she stepped out. I was like, oh babes, like, do you know you cheated while you were in the relationship? And then he's like getting furious. It's the audacity for me, man. Like, you're getting furious because if she cheated, so what? Because you do need like 16 girls, and she cheats with maybe 1 person or 2. I'm not saying it's okay, but you have the audacity. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity. The audacity. Well, she said she stepped out, like she took a break, and like she just took time to process things for herself, like just absorb, process. What do I do? And Baba thinks it's normal for when your babe stops talking to you or your boo stops talking to you for 2 days, 3 days, and you don't think something is wrong. Ha. And then he says, oh, like he didn't think that something was wrong, like that kind of stuff. Like, what do you mean you don't? Like, he's insensitive. He's not accountable. Like, you can't hold this man and like say this man is accountable. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. So, man, like, I'm just tired. Like, that's what I have to say. I'm tired. That's all. Episode 1 was steady giving me headache, man. It's giving me headache. Like, my head was aching like crazy from episode 1 only. But anyways, that's my tea. Anyways, big ups to the babe for coming to the show and trying to hold him accountable, even if I don't think the show was for the babes to be there. I think it was just for him to have a discussion with a therapist because he needs it. Also, like, if like he didn't really give his consent, or they didn't really give their consent for this to be out there, it's really messy. Thirdly, I hope, like, my heart goes out to the child, man. Like, that's just the only thing. Like, my heart goes out to the child. Like, I would never want a child to go through what Castillo went through. Like, any of the situations he went through, having a child go through everything he went through, man. No, that's too much. So my heart goes out for the child, my heart goes out for the babes, my heart goes out to Castillo too. If he hasn't healed, I wish him like healing, because it's important. Like, we all have to heal from these things, and we have to be deliberate about healing from it. Yeah, so that's it. So if you've gotten to this point, subscribe, turn on your notification, because I'm going to be dropping the episode 2. It's out and I have a lot of things to say. Bye.